Welcome back to 30 Days of Podcasting, your home for all things podcast, to bring you from a uncomfortable newbie to a podcast that you can be proud of. Today, we're talking a little bit twist on marketing. We are talking email marketing, list building, and why and how to do that and why it's useful. Let's start with the why. Why is it useful to have an email list for your podcast? Easiest answer is it keeps people engaged. An email list is one way that you can deliver news, you can deliver updates. If you ever develop products to sell, a book or a journal or merch or anything, having an email list is the best way to monetize your podcast because if they're not listening, you still have them on email. If they are listening, you have them listening and you have them on email. That's 2 exposures. Email campaigns are just another layer. It's another way to connect with your audience. It's a little less personal. It's less detached. It can be spammy if you're not careful, so you've got to make sure that you are providing value still through your emails. Don't just spam to spam content. But you can provide updates on shows, different things that you're working on. If you have something related to the podcast that wouldn't really fit into podcast content, that's the perfect place to share that information. You're still providing value in your niche to your audience, but it's stuff that doesn't really fit the audible form, the podcast. How do you build an email list? I have an audio podcast going into people's ears. How do I get them to give me their email address? Well, you need to have something to catch those emails with, a landing page of some sort. There's a million ways to make these. An easy one is just with WordPress and MailChimp. It's pretty simple. Even if you're not sending out mass emails, you can start collecting them. Collect them. To get those emails initially, you need to have something to offer. One of the most common things that happened over the last 15 years is to have an inexpensive freebie for your show. So if you have, let's say you have a podcast for entrepreneurs that are bakers, you may have a freebie one episode when you're talking about budgeting. And it may just be a PDF budget breakdown of Profit First. Pretty simple. Just a PDF freebie. Say, hey, if you go to our episode show.com/profit first, sign up for the email newsletter and you'll get a Profit First PDF planning guide that just walks you through how to make a Profit First budget. It's that simple. It's low risk to them because they're not giving you credit card. They're not buying stuff. They're just saying, hey, you can have my email address in exchange for this guide. Straightforward, simple. This is how people build massive email lists. You continue to offer value in exchange for an email address. And as you're making these guides, these giveaways, these freebies, they can also stack up and turn into something else later. So don't get rid of them after you make them. Save them. Save the document that you made it from because you can turn these into a book later on. That's another thing that you can market, that you can sell, that is just available. It becomes passive income. It's excellent. So how do you get them there? In the show, in the episode, you provide value, you provide value, you provide value. At the end of the show, hey, don't forget, we've got this free offer over at the website to provide value. It's all about the value. You give away. And then when it comes time for you to ask, they're willing to do it because you've given them so much over the years. Once they have an outlet to give back to you, they're going to. Let's say you have an email list built up of 1,000 people. If you start offering Patreon, the average Patreon conversion for just a small budget membership, like $3 a month or something, it usually converts to someone who is engaged in an email list at about 5 to 8%. 8% of 1,000 is 80 people. 80 people times $3 a month, 24, so $240 a month because you've spent the time to email it, to build this email list. Even if you're not actively engaged in your email list, you've built the list. Now, let's say over time, your email list keeps growing to about 10,000. Well, now instead of $240 a month, you're up to $2,040 a month in passive income. This is beautiful. It's excellent. It is a phenomenal way to engage your audience. It's a phenomenal way to grow, to continue to advertise your podcast. Because you can even offer those freebies outside of your podcast. If you're on someone else's podcast, hey, I've got this free guide that I'd like to give to your audience. It is all I ask for is an email exchange. So go to my website.com/whatever and sign up to get your free guide. And now you're getting other people's audiences. It's that simple. It's really a great way to grow your show. And it has so many uses down the road. So you've got email marketing, you've got just outreach through email, giving updates, community updates. If you have an active community, we're going to talk community tomorrow, but you can give active community updates. Hey, Susie over in New York City started this project that's in our niche. And I just wanted to tell a story about how she's blowing up with this project because of your involvement with this community. It sells the community. It grows the community. It email's beautiful. Start building your email list. Okay, even if it's just like, hey, here's the people I know. Send them an email and say, hey, if you want to be on this email list, go to this website, sign up, and you'll get updates about what I'm doing. People will sign up. You can start your list today. So build an email list. It will grow your show. It will grow your monetization later. It's worth every minute that you invest in it. So build your list, and I will see you tomorrow as we are talking community building. See ya. Hey guys, make sure you subscribe, like the video to help out the algorithms, and hit the bell if you want notifications whenever we drop a new episode, which is every day for the month of July. If you want a longer format or audio-only version, check us out wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Audible, all the places. We're there. So check it out, and we will see you soon.